Everybody, President Joe Biden just issued an executive order that will help some workers in the United States get paid a $15 federal minimum wage. And this is amazing news, everybody. President Biden's new infrastructure package has several other relief provisions that will help positively change millions of lives. In this video, everybody, I'm going over the latest details of Joe Biden's infrastructure plan and how it's going to help those of you that are on federal benefits like Social Security or Ssi and Ssdi. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I truly appreciate all of your amazing support. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, and give this video a like. And if any of you guys support a fourth round of stimulus payments, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. I believe that our politicians in Congress must send out a fourth round of stimulus. The great American people still need help. So folks, President Biden issued an executive order requiring federal contractors and subcontractors to pay a $15 minimum wage to all workers on federal contracts, especially those of you that are on disabilities. Now, while this is happening, there are several other lawmakers in Congress that are still trying to get a $15 federal minimum wage for all workers in the United States. Even Bernie Sanders has said that he will not give up on his fight to raise the minimum wage to $15. He said in an interview with CNN that we are developing a strategy to pass the wage hike and said we're going to pass that bill. Now folks, I want to know your thoughts on this. Should a federal minimum wage be raised to $15 an hour? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. Now, many of you are also wondering how President Biden's infrastructure plan is going to affect those of you that are on Ssi, Ssdi, railroad retirement benefits, and of course VA benefits. Just know this, everybody. The infrastructure package does not include specific relief provisions for Americans that receive Social Security and other federal benefit programs. However, the good news is that Joe Biden has promised to make changes to Social Security, including benefit increases and payroll taxes for those making $400,000 and up. People who earn more than $400,000, everybody, will be subject to the 3.8% Medicare tax if Biden's new tax proposal goes through. But if you have dependents, you could also benefit from the expanded child tax credit. The child tax credit was raised to $3,600 per child under age 6 and $3,000 for children between 6 and 17. Previously, the amount was $2,000, and families with little or no tax obligations were not eligible for the program. But now, the House Democrats are pushing the White House to make permanent the child tax credit program. And that's going to provide you with $250 or even $300 of monthly checks to all low and moderate income families. The White House has also said this, everybody. They said that Joe Biden is going to work with Congress to automatically adjust the length and amount of unemployment insurance benefits that unemployed workers receive depending on economic conditions. The Biden administration definitely needs to work on that because some states already want to end participation in federal programs that expanded and raised unemployment benefits. Folks, I've been receiving a lot of questions asking me if I should file a tax return to receive an extra stimulus payment from the IRS. When will lawmakers add a fourth stimulus check to Joe Biden's infrastructure bill? The good news, guys, is that I'll be answering all of those questions in this video, so you do not want to miss out on this very important stimulus update. And before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. So the SA just issued an announcement urging Social Security and other federal program beneficiaries to file for the recovery rebate credit if they missed out on the first $1,200 or second $600 checks. If you haven't received your first or second stimulus payment yet, don't forget to file a tax return, everybody. It's going to make it a whole lot easier for you to receive stimulus money. And filing a tax return not only helps the government assess whether additional stimulus money is due to you, it can also determine whether you may be eligible for additional tax credits, such as the Earned Income Tax Credit. In addition, folks, a recovery rebate credit has been added to this year's return in order to let Americans claim any missing funds from the first two stimulus checks. The Social Security Administration has said once your return is processed, that will prompt the IRS to send out those payments. As the tax agency processes tax returns, it is also sending out the new $1,400 stimulus.
Together with the American Rescue Plan, the American Jobs Plan is going to help the economy create, as I said, estimated over 16 million good-paying jobs. And folks, we can't afford to not do it. We can't afford to not spend the time and effort and money. Let me explain how we pay for this, because I'm not a deficit spender. Because, you know, we had a tax cut the other team put in back in 2017 and it created a $2 trillion deficit, with the vast majority of that going to the top one-tenth of 1% of the wage earners. I don't want to punish anybody. You're entitled to be a millionaire or a billionaire. Just pay your fair share. Just pay. For example, if we just were to make sure that we had the tax rate for the top rate in America for income tax, what it was in the Bush administration, it would go from 36 to 39.6%. Well, guess what? That would raise a minimum of $10 billion a year. No one's hurt. Someone making that money is still going to have 2 homes or a jet plane, or these are mostly millionaires. They're not going to be hurt a little bit. But we're going to be able to put tens of thousands of kids in preschool and in free community college. What's going to help America more? Increase the educational standard of all Americans so they have 14 years of school, from 2 years of 3 and 5 year olds, 3, 4, and 5 years old. We show that that happens if they not go to daycare, they go to school. No matter what the background of the home they come from, they catch up. 58% will go on to go to college. We know that now. We also know that if you give 2 years of free community college, you're in a situation where you're in a position that you have in your state and every other state in America. You'll allow to go the last 2 years. All those credits are available to your state universities, and you get a 4-year degree for half the cost. And or you get the 2-year degree and you're able to do what you needed to do. It's estimated to increase the average income by over 20% for someone in America for the rest of their lives. So folks, you know, the fact is that I'm not looking to punish anyone. You know, I come from the corporate state of the world, Delaware. More corporations are incorporated in the state of Delaware than every other state in the union combined. But guess what? You know, I'm sick and tired of corporate America not paying their fair share. Their taxes used to be 38%, 36%. We all thought that was too high, even in our administration. And we wanted to reduce it to 28%.
I think that market participants, let's say, are starting to anticipate the idea of an economy that is supported by its own inherent growth engines and not reliant on Federal Reserve stimulus as far as the eye can see. I do think we're getting closer to the moment where the Fed's going to have to make an offhanded remark about tapering asset purchases, which I think would be appropriate. Unfortunately, there's no great way to come out and say it. During the last taper tantrum in 2013, Bernanke kind of snuck it in there during congressional testimony, not during a Fed meeting. The market freaked out, and it was really the highest multiple growth stocks that got hit the hardest. And that's exactly what's going to happen this time.